A military buildup of US assets in the Middle East appears to indicate that the Trump administration could be gearing up for another round of war with Iran. Now, there's also the possibility that this buildup is just meant to serve as a deterrent.
Now they will go for war and they will try to drag us into that war. And almost everyone in mainstream media and both parties will tell you that if you resist that call for war, you're an anti-Semite. Now the rest of the story.
No, you're right. Okay, you're totally right about that. But I also want to place some blame on the Trump administration because Trump lied to the Iranians, told them that we're going to continue negotiating this nuclear deal, and then in the middle of that, proceeded to do military strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. I believe Israel wants to basically balkanize Iran, okay? And they want to weaken Iran for their own purposes. And the only way to do that is to invade and engage in war, which, these regime change wars never end up in this like utopian way that the perpetrators or the believers of regime change war believe it's gonna end up. And look, just real quick, when it comes to Iran's nuclear enrichment or uranium enrichment, why were they doing that if they weren't planning on building a nuclear weapon? It was a latent nuclear deterrent. Because right now, there is one country in the Middle East that is acting in a very belligerent way. So having a latent nuclear deterrent prevents Iran from getting attacked by Israel. That was the thinking.
Yeah, so look guys, Israel really believes that if anyone else has any kind of weapons in the region, that it's a threat to them. And they think we have to neutralize that threat. It's always existential danger. We're all gonna die, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die. We have to hurry up and attack everyone else and bomb everyone else before we die. Okay, so they think the ends justify the means. And their means are constantly war. Both for themselves, but always constantly dragging us into it. They said, Iraq's the #1 enemy of Israel. At the time, Iraq was attacking Al-Qaeda, who was our #1 enemy. But we invaded Iraq anyway, because Israel wanted war, and the neocons, including Benjamin Netanyahu, who was one of the top neocons, so you must attack Iraq, and we did. So now he's saying you must attack Iran. But brother, why are you the boss of us? I didn't vote for you, nobody in this country voted for you. You are the leader of a different country. So now he's saying, well, Iran could reconstitute uranium, even though they don't have any missiles. We destroyed all their missiles that could deliver it, and even Netanyahu acknowledges that. But then they could have, many years later, they could build missiles. Many years later, they could build uranium. Many years later, they could put it together. So that's it, we have to kill them. We have to kill them, and we have to invade, and we have to bomb, because no one's even allowed to have a rock. And it's true, in Israel, if the Palestinian boy throws a rock out of frustration or for whatever reason,
like kill him.
Murdered on the spot, on the spot. You're not even allowed to resist them in any way, shape, or form. You must all bow. Everyone in the Middle East, no one's allowed to have any weapons other than Israel, and they're allowed to have nukes.
Right.
And they're allowed to have Iron Dome, they're allowed to have everything. And if you dare defy them at all, they will invade you, bomb you, and make America do it. So I'm tired of the deeply aggressive imperial empire in the middle of the Middle East, not only bossing everyone around and attacking everyone, but also bossing us around and saying, you have to attack Iran, otherwise all of you Americans are anti-Semites and terrorist supporters and Nazis. Enough of that crap.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند